One driver leaves! Welcome to the Eliminator! Go!
Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here and welcome to the Eliminator in Forza Horizon 4. Now, I want to say a big thank you for everybody over at Microsoft and Playground Games for inviting me out to be a part of this early play session for the mode Eliminator. It was really fun to take part in, and I honestly can say that I'm very excited to see everybody get their hands on it. So basically how this works is it is obviously Battle Royale focused, Battle Royale themed, and what happens is you're dropped into the world of Forza Horizon 4 with 51 other players, and you are obviously your goal is obviously to be the last one alive, the last one standing. Now, the way this works is actually pretty simple. There are players dropping all throughout the world, and there are car drops all throughout the world as well. So, basically how this works is you'll start out in a Mini, which has been modified slightly. It does not drive like a stock one, let me tell you that. But you'll start out in a pretty normal-ish Mini, and you'll drive around looking for either car drops or races. Now, if you challenge someone else to a race or they challenge you to a race, you have to race them to a destination that is basically determined by the game. Now, that destination, whoever gets there first obviously stays, and whoever loses is eliminated, and the overall object of this mode is to keep racing until you are the last one standing. Now, the way you can go about making this a little bit easier for yourself is by looking for car drops and avoiding other players in the beginning, because obviously, since these car drops are randomly placed, some people will drop right next to one and some people will drop pretty far away. So that being said, some people are going to be in the Mini longer than others. Someone might get really lucky and get something really fast off the bat, but even then, you might get something really fast, and you may go pick on a Mini and be like, aha, I'm going to win, I'll take this guy out. And if you wreck, that Mini may still get you. So skill plays a big part here, and map knowledge plays a big part here as well. And I, for one, can tell you that there are some areas of the map that I feel fairly knowledgeable in, and there's other areas of the map that I don't feel very knowledgeable in. And when I was in an area that I didn't feel very knowledgeable in, those were some of the biggest areas where I lost. So map knowledge will be a big deal here. And if you are somebody that really likes to take pride in the fact that you know the map and you know it really well, this is going to be your mode. This is 100% going to be your mode. Now, the way these car drops work, obviously, the higher the number, the better performance or the faster the car. Now, you're going to want to seek out the faster cars, obviously, because that's going to make it easier for you to win races, because these races are not class determined. I mean, you could be in, like, say, a Bentley Continental GT and go challenge a Mini, and you could walk him, in theory. So it's all about staying out of races until you have a car that's really good, or at least somewhere in the middle of the pack, and also being vigilant to what cars other players have. And if you see somebody like way off in a field somewhere, and you can tell that, like, oh, they have something properly fast, I probably shouldn't race them, I should hide from them instead, that's another thing to keep an eye out for and keep in mind when you're playing this mode. Now, something else to keep in mind when you're playing Eliminator is the fact that you don't always have to follow the route. Now, if you see where that ending finish line is, and of course everybody knows this, I mean, it's sort of like, free roam rush, you don't always have to follow the route, but the big thing is the route isn't always the fastest way. However, cutting through the trees is also not always the fastest way. So you always have this sort of back and forth, like kind of swinging pendulum that you have to think about when it comes to route choice, because if you decide to go, like, if you're like, well, I could follow the road, or I could go this way through a field and through some trees and, and just take a straight shot there. Unfortunately, the problem with that is you may run up on rocks that can stop your car dead in your tracks. You may run up on trees and hit one. You may run up on a hill that's too steep for you to climb. These are all things that you really have to think about, and I found that over my experience of playing Eliminator, it was actually really advantageous to stick to the road in a lot of scenarios until you got into the city. When you got into cities and tight city streets, being knowledgeable of the road network really shows, really helps, especially if you're up in like the Edinburgh area. Having good road knowledge and knowing that, okay, if I turn left now instead of, you know, like a couple blocks down, I can turn right earlier, and, you know, I can turn right earlier and have a straighter shot to the finish line. Stuff like that really comes in handy. And thinking like that really comes in handy when you're in an area like Edinburgh. And that's actually how I got eliminated in one of my races, where I was ahead most of the time, and then I didn't realize that there was a field that I could cut through. I didn't realize, it didn't dawn on me, it didn't dawn on my mind that that particular wall, that particular fence was breakable. So that's how I ended up losing that race. Now, that's something I actually do want to talk about too, because it really also... Not only does it mean you're going to need to work on your map knowledge, but also your environment knowledge. Like, really staying on top of every single breakable object is really key here. Now, the people that enjoy Battle Royale type games, I think, are going to really enjoy this. And I know there's going to be some people that are going to be like, I don't want Battle Royale in a Forza game. I don't want it either. Well, bear with me and understand that the fact that it's a Battle Royale does not necessarily, like, everybody's going to go, oh, it's just like the Battle Royale hype train. It's when you step back and you go, okay, is this fun? Yes. And I understand that everybody's terms of fun is subjective, but is it fun? Yes. Is it enjoyable? Yes. Did it keep me coming back for more and more rounds? Yes, absolutely 100%. I actually played it for a good while, and I found myself going back over and over again, because every time I played, I was like, oh, there's something that I could take into the next round. There's something that I could take into the next round. Now, did I win any of these rounds? No. But that's a goal of mine, is to actually get some wins under my belt when it comes to Eliminator, and really developing some more concrete strategies for it. Because these are just a few initial tips and tricks that I had from my time playing around with it. But I definitely think that it's going to be a mode that a lot of people will enjoy, and that a lot of people will enjoy over a long period of time. And that's also, that's another thing, is enjoy over a long period of time. Enjoying over a long period of time is important, because you got to think about the longevity of a mode like this. And the longevity of a mode like this in Horizon 4, I think, is super high, because you're given the whole map to play with, right? You're given the whole map to play with, so there's like millions of combinations of different gameplay scenarios that you could have. You could end up over by the train bridge, you could end up over by the off-road park, you could end up in Edinburgh, you could end up, down by the beach. You don't know, and I think that's the biggest draw of something like this, is you don't know. Going into each individual round, you don't know. It's something new every single time. And with it being something new every single time, that also allows for gameplay scenarios that may not have ever happened before. And I found gameplay scenarios that I had never been in before happening in my time playing with Eliminator. So I think that also goes to show that this mode really does add a ton of fresh scenarios and parts of gameplay that have never been seen in a Forza game before, and I think that's really going to energize the community and really actually get a lot of people playing this mode. And not only do I think that well, when I say hardcore players, not necessarily hardcore racers, because I have a feeling that hardcore racers is just going to keep racing, but, players that are really dedicated to Forza, and especially the Horizon series, are going to enjoy this mode, because I think it's a breath of fresh air. Whereas also, I think new players are going to enjoy this mode, and casual players are going to enjoy it, because it gives them something new to do, and it also gives them a little bit of like a taste of Battle Royale with cars, which is something that, Battle Royale is something that they know. Battle Royale is something that they're familiar with, whether it be from PUBG, whether it be from Fortnite, or some other Battle Royale game. There's quite a few at this point. But it's going to give them a flavor of something they already know and something they already like, with like a dash of cars. And I think that really shows that it's something that can be enjoyed not just by, dedicated Forza people and Forza players, but also by the more casual audience that plays Forza Horizon 4, because there really is a very wide spectrum of players and player levels and player skill levels that play Horizon 4 and enjoy Horizon 4 on a daily basis. So I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts on Eliminator are, and if it's something you will be playing or not. I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. I, for one, am going to be spending a lot of time on it. I'm going to be live streaming it as well, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for that. But if you guys enjoyed this video and this look at Eliminator, make sure to click that like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to y'all later, and I hope you guys enjoyed.